I didn't think I'd be making this type of video today, to be honest. We're testing the microphone. Does it work? Now, I know that you probably had just many a sleepless night. Oh, Spruce Stomper, I can't believe you left those saw logs behind. How dare you? Oh no. Huh, are you cheering me on? It would help. Encourage me by clicking the thumbs up. And get your buddies to subscribe. Oh, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Go cat go, you got her. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's what they say. Such bounty. All right, let's go do something else. Well, there you go, loaded up, headed back some other direction. I was out here looking at a construction project for next year. Top secret, but it proves that it could be a heck of a good time. I was closing up the gate and this just struck me. It's a rural area. Folks live out here. Like this guy is doing about 100 kilometers an hour coming towards us on gravel road. That's nice, bud. Roll up my window, dust, hello, wave at everybody. I'm coming out, I thought, man, there's a lot of dang traffic. Why did this strike me funny? Well, you can't see it on the camera, but it's smoky. All right, it's smoky out this direction. Why? Forest fires. If you're not abreast of the situation in Canada, a few parts of it are on fire. So the residential, the populated acreages end, and thus starts just vast amounts of bush, crown land, government-owned property, which anybody can go out, public lands, right? Same in the States, if that's where you're watching from. Appreciate you watching. The thing that's catching me here is the direction that we come from. If you go quite a bit further out, there's forest fire, a very active forest fire. Now, this should be a cause for concern for most people, because most people, well, I shouldn't say most people, some people have a sense of danger, and they try to respect that sense of danger. So what drives by me but a convoy of campers and trucks and side-by-sides, UTVs, ATVs, dirt bikes, jet ski, man, they had I think I saw a kitchen sink loaded on the trailer. They're driving towards the fire, all right? Now, you may disagree with me, but I think there's a few main priorities as a man of the household that you have. The safety and well-being of your family. Well, that's it. That's actually every other thing I can think that's your responsibility falls under that umbrella. The safety and well-being of your family. Food, shelter, keeping them away from danger. So of all the places you could go camping, why would you pack up all your gear and drive towards a very large active forest fire? It makes no sense to me. And don't get me on, oh, it's public land and we're free to do whatever we want. You are, and I'm not saying you're not. But I would never pack my wife and my kids up and purposely head towards something like that. I don't care what the map says, oh, we're going to such and such lake, and the fire's 50 kilometers, 75 kilometers away. You know what's in between you and that forest fire? More forest. Like a lot more forest. That's very dry, man. And I don't know about you, but when I go camping, when the evening time comes, I go to sleep just like at home. So you telling me that you're so confident in your magical abilities to gauge what nature's gonna do, that after 8 hours, that fire's not gonna be a lot closer than it was when you started? I just don't get it. That struck me. Common sense isn't so common anymore, but I thought that we would have, as people, retained enough to know that you don't drive towards fire, you try to avoid it. Usually when the brush light's on fire, everything from the size of a mouse to the size of a moose, what do? They flee far away. And they don't stop going until they feel safe. I don't know what it is. Do we just live in a safety net? It could be. Majority of the world experiences life through screens and cities and pavement and a false sense of security, I think. You have no ability to do anything for your family if you're trapped by an inferno. There's nothing you can do. I don't know if you've ever been close to something that's been on fire, maybe a structure fire or a grass fire or something like this. It gives you an absolute powerless feeling just to watch something. Even if you've just watched a controlled brush fire burn, a big fire. And just really think about that. Just really think about the ability you have to do anything about that fire. You have nothing, zero. So I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm gonna be making any vacation trips that have me actively headed towards a forest fire on purpose. But anyways, enough of that. We're gonna make a quick stop here and well, who knows what else we'll get up to. You see behind me, totally empty shop again. It gives you a real sense of wonder of what could be accomplished. I'll show you what we got cooked up here. Stack of OSB over there, vapor barrier poly for the ceiling. We are moving the shop project forward. You guys just got to take a minute every once in a while to try the operative word and get something done for himself. So I thought I would get to sawmilling and adventuring and all sorts of things, but this wasn't one of those days. But what I wanted to say, we went garage sailing this morning, and we do that quite often during the summer. I don't always go, but it's a fun time. You've seen my past videos, some of the treasures, treasures to me anyways, that I've brought home, but it's a good chance to spend time with my wife and my kids. Anyhow, we head up to a neighborhood that are having a community garage sale. And lo and behold, one of the households that's got tables out, having a garage sale. My instructor from my trade school for all 4 years of my machinist apprenticeship. If you don't know much about that, there's a video, quite a few videos back. I think it's something to the degree of how I got fired or something like that. Something clickbaity, I'm sure. I apologize, with some flames in the thumbnail, but explains a little bit how I got my roots in machining. But this gentleman taught all 4 years of the course, and it was the first time ever that the course had been offered in our city at the college for all 4 years. They slowly built it up, at one point you could only maybe take the first year and then the second year, and then you had to travel, and I mean travel a great distance to get the remaining balance of your apprenticeship completed. So if you're a gentleman or a young lady watching this and you're in the trades, well, you know what I'm talking about. You know just how difficult that portion of getting that career going can be to actually get in and get the schooling done. I'm not a big proponent of saying that you need a ticket. I've worked with lots of guys that have no ticket, and they possess more knowledge than you will ever learn in several lifetimes. Some people just have a natural gift or an incline to certain types of work. But rules and regulations, of course, who doesn't love those? You got to go to the trade school, you get the ticket, and a lot of it is good. They base thresholds of your pay increases and this kind of thing. But anyways, onward with the story. Run into the instructor. He's retired, and retired for some time, but I never really kept in touch with any of my classmates. I think there was about 16 of us. And very few continued into the machining field. A lot of us used it as a base start, and it launched careers. I mean, guys ended up doing all sorts of things. But after our class graduated, and I didn't know this, the instructor went on to retire, and there was quite a battle between the trades department and the dean of the college, to my understanding. And what this resulted in, and this is what really shocked me, I wanted to share with you, it resulted in a very unfortunate end for the trades. Having that resource in a town to train young people in trades is such a valuable resource. It's hard to even describe. I mean, the world does not work without tradespeople and people that know how to build and fix. It just doesn't happen. So what they did, they built up the trades program, much to the thanks of the instructor at the time. He championed everything that came out of that college for that machinist and much of the millwright program. He had a real passion for it. He liked to help and to teach and pass on the knowledge. He brought in new equipment. They got CNC equipment. They had a machine shop that was, I mean, I'll tell you, it was plenty good enough to teach a trade school. Let's say that. There was nothing wrong with it. Well, I come to find out that you cannot take a machinist apprenticeship here at the college at all. Zero. Not only did they crush that program, but they crushed many other programs, all in thanks to I don't know. All I can think is just a good old classic corrupt, mismanaged, unguided approach from people in power positions. So the dean of the college went on to lose his position. He was let go. So I'm sure he wasn't doing too spot on of a job in any direction. They took all the machining equipment and sold it at auction for pennies on the dollar. They had equipment that was virtually brand new, and he said some of it sold for like $2,500. You know, for a handful of change, you could have bought a lot of tools. It went for nothing. Now they could think, well, there must have been demand for the program. He said, and I'll have to backtrack because I think I might have said that I thought I was the last class to fully come out of there. There obviously wasn't. He said the last class to come out of there were 12 seats, I think. He said it was a fully booked class, and 9 of those seats were filled with gentlemen from the Lower Mainland. And if you're not familiar with the province of British Columbia, down on the coast, Vancouver would be the city most people recognize. There is a technical college there, BCIT, British Columbia Institute of Technology, I believe it is. They run a machinist program. That is now the only place that you can book and go to get schooling for the machinist trade. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So it wasn't demand because the course is not free. The college could be run in a profitable scenario for the trades because there's such a demand. So you had the equipment, you had the instructors, you had the course material. The course material is supported and provided by the provincial government, and you crushed it. What they replaced it with is, in place of the machinist program, they expanded the automotive side of things. Before I left, they had added an automotive auto body technician. So body work, essentially, is my understanding. I'm not saying any of these are less important, but I don't see the same value or the demand. So I was just saddened to learn that. They basically took a course that had huge demand, lots of potential, and very, very, very critical to many parts of industry, crushed it. Because along with the machinist program, they crippled the millwright program, which is even, if not more important. If you don't familiar with trades, machinist and millwright go hand in hand for a lot of stuff, work as a team to keep equipment running. And millwrights are the heartbeat of any plant or factory or any such thing. You have your welders, your carpenters. All these things are important, critical to any infrastructure. It doesn't matter. You like to drink clean water. You like your sewage to run away. You like a roof over your head. All critical roles. And the college killed it. They killed it, and I don't know what's being done. The man lost his job, and they restaff. But what took years and years and years and years and years to build, and I was thankful to be the first group of guys that went through, to be the first graduates as Red Seal journeyman machinists from that college after all the instructor's hard efforts at anything. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. And not just that, but sold the equipment, gone. Shipped it away for nothing, gone. And then forced out a lot of other people in the process, I guess. They had excellent millwright teachers, gone. He said the last batch of guys graduating from the millwright program ended up with a substitute. They convinced a welding instructor to take the place. And I would assume that man did that out of the kindness of his heart because he felt bad seeing this group of young tradesmen struggle and looking at the prospect of not being able to complete their schooling and get their ticket. And he said that, you know, the outcome was not good. It was not good because the qualified instructor and the course material and all this stuff, it's not done in a manner that's conducive to getting people the training they need. How does something go from an idea, hey, maybe I'll get rid of an entire trades program that we've worked so hard to build up over the years, to it actually happening unchecked? Just unchecked. Just gone. Just a handful of people make that decision. And I mean, I don't know. Someone would have to champion it, I guess, to replace it all if it could be done, because, you know, the funding and the politics and the whatnot. But just thought I'd share that with you. Let me know if you've heard a similar thing. Do you have technical colleges in your area? If there's one thing, you know, if there's one thing, what do you? Hey, I've talked about Mike Rowe in the past. That's what I'm thinking about now. If there's one thing you should encourage young people to look at getting, is some sort of technical trade. It doesn't expire. It doesn't go bad. I didn't think I'd be making this type of video today, to be honest. You know, but it just bugged me all day. Bug's not even the right word. Like, because now you've bottlenecked it. You have lost the interest here, and anybody that wants to pursue that trade. My dad is in mechanical trades as well. HVAC systems, boiler system. His job is far beyond complicated. I don't even pretend to comprehend what he knows how to do. Again, the trade school for that is so backlogged that I've talked to apprentices that are leaving province and traveling elsewhere to get their training and still having to wait years to get it. That is, it handicaps you, man, because employers too are playing the game. If you're a second-year apprentice and you can't get your schooling, you're stuck at that second-year apprentice. Well, if you know, unless it's an excellent employer, they hold you a little bit hostage, where they're not going to give you a pay raise until you hit that next threshold, you get that next stage of your ticket, or prove your knowledge, and it's a technicality, and you're stuck. And bound by who? Who runs the programs? Well, there you go. The same people that keep adding tax to my gasoline and making lumber prices go through the roof and crippling the economy. Same folks in charge of making decisions about who and what and where trade schools get to happen. Not good. So if you have tradespeople in your family, appreciate them. You know, it's important. You really think about that, the nitty-gritty stuff. People that build, people that fix, people that grow and provide food and sustenance to the human population. These people are the important people, not the people making up rules and pushing for all sorts of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man, I didn't even know there was an auction sale to get a hold of some of that equipment. It had long since happened long ago. But anyways, it was nice to see my instructor. He looked the same, European fella. And they just aged well. Looked exactly the same as he did, looked exactly the same as he did 10 years ago. Big smile on his face. Smart guy, good to learn from. I'm grateful for the opportunity that he provided. So silver lining. I made this chair. It's not done. Maybe we'll have a peek at it for the outro. What do you think? I'll put on some nice music and you can look at this chair. All right. Thanks for watching.